Hello, everyone, and welcome to Klis's Mike Drop. It's our post-Broncos Draft edition here. What a draft the Broncos had. It was a strange draft. I was out there, working out at the gym today. I need to work a couple times a day is what I need to start doing. But, just talking to people in the coffee line, the overriding sense I got was, who are these guys? You know, we were kind of kidding the 9 News corner of the media room. It was a Roger Daltrey draft. Every time someone got drafted by the Broncos, Scotty Gaines would go, who? And I tell you, but the Broncos know. I mean, George Paton, he watches tape of all these guys. He's got, Cody Rager watches tape of all these guys. Joe Lombardi, the offensive coordinator, Pete Carmichael, Sean Payton, all these guys watch tape. And I give the Broncos credit. They didn't put it on autopilot. They did not go with what the experts were saying. They may have read the mock drafts, but apparently they laughed at them because they didn't agree with them. They did pick some guys that were lower down on the list. Jahdae Barron was not low down on the list. He was generally considered a top 20. I saw a lot of people who had him as a top 12 prospect, so the Broncos thought they got real good value there by getting him at number 20. But they seemed to be okay at the cornerback position. Now they got Jahdae, and it doesn't look good for Jaquan McMillan, the nickel. So. That's a pretty good player. They did, I think McMillan did struggle some last year. He's a smaller guy. And so even though he's tenacious, we'll see what happens there. But Jaquan McMillan and PJ Locke, I think in the Broncos offseason, that was the tough one. So that's overall thought on the draft. They got a bunch of good players, not exactly household names. So about that draft, let's go to George Paton, the Broncos general manager, and his thoughts about what the Broncos did with this year's draft. Trader George.
Yes, Mike.
Man, I mean, really.
Going back to my roots, Mike.
You enjoy this, don't you?
I do. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, tell us how that process, how do you figure out, you're trading 4 picks, you're getting 4 picks, just about every trade. It's numbers on a board, but there has to be a method to the madness.
There is, and you're trying to move back a little, so at some point you can move up. And is your player going to be there? And that's when you've been staring at a board for the last month. You kind of have a feel on the value, and so that's what it's all about. Just having flexibility during the draft to get the players you want to get.
Your running back, R.J. Harvey, might have been known more nationally, but here it was kind of like you went into the weeds.
We did. He was known very well down in our room. This guy's, man, he's a fun watch, as I mentioned. Really explosive. The visions, we feel like he has elite vision. Really good hands. They didn't feature him in the pass game, but feel like he can really grow in that area. So we feel like he's going to be a great complement to what we have. Okay, Jahdae Barron, the cornerback that the Broncos picked up with their number 20 overall pick. Everyone was kind of thinking they would go. Either Colston Loveland at tight end, Ashton Genty, the running back. Somehow they slid. The Broncos might move up. Neither one happened. The price to go up was too good. Had Barron gone, I think the Broncos would have traded back. In fact, had Barron gone, and there was some concern that the Bengals at 17 or 18, were going to take Barron. And had they done that, the Broncos would have traded back and probably gone for Travion Henderson. Barron is, I tell you, he's smooth. You can tell he's been propped up at the University of Texas. He's from Austin. He played college football at Austin. He's got a large circle, but he's very close with his mom. He's a good kid, from what I understand. Good kid, smart kid. But is also well spoken, personable person. So he's probably going to do a lot of interviews till the veterans, and Sean Payton tells him not to do so many interviews. But before that happened, Nine News sat down with him. Scotty Gange and I were able to get to know the guy. You'll notice the green suit, which he wanted green on purpose, as you'll find out. So let's listen to what Jahdae Barron had to say in his interview the day after he was drafted by the Broncos, in his interview with Nine News.
Jahdae Barron, congratulations. Welcome to Denver. Last night, right after you got drafted, you said, man, I'm all business now. Now I'm all business. Yeah. Humor us. We can have a little fun here and celebrate you a little bit. I know you flew out on the private jet. You're getting to see your new home here. I mean, how special, how exciting is this all for you?
It's amazing. I mean, my sister went from wearing pajamas last night to hopping on a PJ. So you went from pajamas to a PJ, to the real PJ. So it's amazing. Good experience. My little sisters, brothers, cousin, my mom's first time on a PJ. So just the feeling of that, them feeling something new, feeling something special. You know, it's just not my moment. It's my mom's moment. It's their moment. You know, they all played a big part in my life, and to be here today is a blessing.
You had a big circle.
Yeah.
Following you around and at your draft party. But you're from Austin. You go to college in Austin. Now you're going to come to Denver. You're going to leave your cocoon a little bit.
Yeah.
You ready for that?
Most definitely. So yeah, I was born in Corpus, and I grew up a UT fan when I was in Corpus, and we moved to Austin, and it was burnt orange from the beginning. But it's crazy how life works, because I was a big UT fan, right? And go to UT, live out my dreams, you know, and we wear cowboy hats, you know. Some of my fits on Bevo Walk, I wore a cowboy hat. And I come here, it's cowboy hat, so it's the same scenery. And we have orange here. It's not burnt orange, but it's orange. So I'm most definitely loving it, and I fit right in. So
It's a nice next step for you.
It's a perfect step. I went from cowboy hats to cowboy hats. I went from orange to orange. It's perfect.
We thought we'd kind of match you, the little all different color kind of vibe.
I went green. Money.
It's a good look.
Green money.
I always go green. So I wore green in my first suit for this year's game, like first game in Bevo. I like green. Green's a, you know, if you eat healthy, if you eat avocados, you'll put wealth in you'll put green in your pocket. So that's how I operate.
Green likes you.
Green likes you.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Klis's Mike Drop. Now let's go over the rest of the draft picks for the Broncos. They had 5 other picks, 2 in the 3rd round. Pat Bryant, a wide receiver from Illinois, a taller receiver. It seems to me like he might be a kind of a richer Lil Jordan Humphrey, if you will. Somewhere between Lil Jordan Humphrey and that he's big and can block, has strong hands, and Cortland Sutton. And also late in the 3rd round, George Paton really moved around. You know, George Paton, we called him Trader George. He 8% of the draft picks passed through the Broncos draft room. George Paton drafted 20. He traded 20 draft picks all in all among those that came his way and those that left. 20 draft picks he touched, and there were about 257 in the draft. So 8% of the draft picks went through the Broncos draft room. And George, it was all about you know, you move back a little in order to move up and get your player later on, is kind of the idea there. Savion Jones, defensive end from LSU. Jamar Cain, the defensive line coach for the Broncos, coached Savion Jones, loves the kid. He coached him at LSU a couple of years ago, so did Bo Lowry. He's basically the 3-4 defensive tackle they were looking for. Quandaris Robinson, outside linebacker for Alabama, was taken in the 4th round. No trade there. Robinson will be a special team performer for the Broncos. Speaking of special teams, Jeremy Crashaw, the punter from Florida, an Australian-born punter. And Darren Rizzi, the Broncos special teams coordinator, has an affinity for them. Headley was an Australian-born punter in New Orleans when he was there. And Rizzi spent a lot of time with Crashaw in Florida in the pre-draft process, had a couple lunches, really worked him out. So that was the guy he really went after. Matt Hawk, a veteran, a lefty. You know, he's going to compete and help show Crashaw the ropes. But Crashaw is going to win that job. I think when you're drafted, your signing bonus and your contract, right away, Crashaw goes to like the top 10 highest paid punters in the league. So you know he's going to get the job. And then finally, the most interesting pick for last. This is where the Broncos took a flyer. Caleb Lohner, a tight end from Utah. He is a basketball player who played very, very little football. Had 4 catches at Utah, 4 touchdowns. And that is quite the stat. So he's 6'7", about 250 pounds. You know, Julius Thomas was a terrific tight end for a couple of years for the Broncos. All right, so that's a look at the Broncos draft. Now let's just touch briefly on Shedeur in the fall. That was kind of the talk of the draft. And I kind of woke up in the middle of the night one day of the draft. I think it was after Friday when he wasn't picked. And it came to me. The NFL just does not like a circus in its locker room for a backup quarterback. And that's what these guys were thinking about. If you remember Tim Tebow, 2011, he wins 6 games. And don't give me that it was the defense. The Denver defense stunk till Tebow became the quarterback. He inspired them to play great defense. He won 6 games in a row as a quarterback. He won the playoff game by throwing for 311, including that 80-yard touchdown to Demaryius, and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then John Elway brings in Peyton Manning. No quarrel there. Peyton Manning obviously was big. So Tebow, there could have been a place for Tebow, but as a backup and with packages. But people didn't want the circus, and he really never played again. It's that he's so big because of his father, because of everything else he does, that teams just balked at putting him in their locker room as a backup. So that's it for Klis's Mike Drop, the post-NFL draft edition. We'll see if the Broncos had a good draft or not. It's one of those drafts where you go, they know what they're talking about. They know more than we do. Let's see how it turns out. You just hope that Sean Payton and George Paton, it wasn't one of those drafts where, you know, they thought that they were smarter than everybody else. I know they took some flyers on day 2, but I think it was a nice, solid draft. Those guys know their stuff. They know how to evaluate. They made some tough decisions. They made decisions against the grain, and so they're subject to some criticism, although most people are praising them. So we'll see you again next week when we have our full interview of our sit-downs with George Paton and Jahdae Barron. Thank you for listening, everyone.